What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jason Senpai and Merry Christmas to all of you beautiful degenerates. Now, today we are finally reviewing, well, kinda, Danganronpa Ultimate Summer Camp. Now, this is the first game that I actually get to review on the channel. That is new! Well, technically, we did review UDG, but I did say new, so today I want to really explore the gameplay more than I will say the events and characters and stuff. Before we begin though, please tell me y'all got your notifications on, because I'm certain that YouTube is trying to shadow ban me, or at least try to hold the actual notifications from going out, because I am noticing a lot of people are not going to these videos a lot like they should be. So definitely, if you don't have your notifications set to on, please go ahead and do so, and check. Also follow me on Twitter, which that way you will also know that I uploaded, because I usually post the uploaded video there as well, so that way you'll have a straight link to go to the new video. So go ahead, hit that bell notification, do that too. I wouldn't think I need to tell you this, but please do so. But please do so and set it to all, because well, why would you watch me occasionally, you occasional ass bastard? Anyway, when we look at Ultimate Summer Camp, honestly, when I first heard about it and first seen what it looks like, I didn't really expect much out of it, because I really didn't think the game was gonna have that much stuff to it. And I was sorta right, sorta. Well, mainly when it comes to what it is. Now, so basically what it is basically a Danganronpa Mario Party. That's essentially what it comes down to, except it's a solo Mario Party, and you know, it doesn't follow the traditional Mario Party rules of how it is. But there are some elements that is to it, like it's a board game and you have dice, and that's kind of it, honestly. So basically your job is to get each student to go through the board game, to level them up, to get their talents stronger and better, and pretty much make them strong enough to beat the enemies, the mono beasts as they call them, in the game, and pretty much do what you gotta do so you can get out of that virtual world of Jabberwock Island. And that's essentially the basics about what you have to do. There's plenty of things that you can do while in that board game, like hidden friendly events where you can see cutscenes between certain characters, or you can hit the event square, which you might get a little pixel art mini game of, you know, something random happening, and I do mean stuff that randomly does happen, like stopping an actual boulder from crushing you and then just punch it head on and you still survive. Like, what? And then you also even have the monocubs going around, which the damn monocubs, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. But definitely you also have like mini boss fights that you can do. You got level up squares that you can do. You got shop squares that you can go ahead and buy stuff with. You also have talent squares that you can level up your own talents, and with the talent fragments that you can get. You know, there's plenty of things that you can do when it comes to the game, and it's actually kind of addicting if you play it over and over. I know it is a bit repetitive, and the fights are not that engaging, and you know how they know, and you know how the developers know that it wasn't engaging? They gave you an auto battle function, which if you have an auto battle function, you know, and the devs especially know, that the game is not engaging if that has to be included into your game. They know that that junk is boring, especially if you're playing like the dungeon tower, or you're just playing the game regularly. You know, it's not that engaging combat, which I kind of wish they did something with that combat to make it look at least a little bit engaging, kind of like a Final Fantasy type of thing, where your models are just standing there and they just have random attacks that you can do. Even if it is the same repeated action, at least have the character models of each character do something unique. But we don't even got that. It's just literally just stationary pictures, and it's really boring. So, and with the gacha system in this game, it's not horrible like your regular traditional gacha system, but it can still screw you over when you don't want to. But the chances of you getting a character is very much higher in this game than any other mobile gacha game that you can find. Mainly because, you know, they're trying to make money when it comes to that system, and it's very hard to get stuff to shoot for wishes into those systems. But in this game, it's very much easy to get your characters, as long as you play what the game requires you to do. And that's not that hard, especially when you get your characters leveled up more and more. But I will say it's also very hard to travel to other parts of the map. Like the farthest I ever gotten, and this is just recently, was the amusement park level that you can get with like Grape House and stuff. That's the farthest I gotten. Like I used to couldn't be able to get to that place at all, but you kind of have to make sure your days, if you got like 12 days or more, you should be able to get there, especially if you just beat the boss on the 3rd island with Titty Typhoon, and I still love that name. But yeah, definitely you should be able to get there, but that's the furthest I ever gotten. I haven't got to the last island, so I don't know what's existing there. And you know, you just gotta really play your cards right. As far as the plot of the game goes, it doesn't really mean anything, except it really kind of confuses me about how certain characters interact and how they meet up with each other in this alternate parallel timeline. I'm kind of wondering how all of that works, but it doesn't really give you that many answers, except for just a little bit of hints here and there. Also, one other thing with this game that made me realize something about the characters in Danganronpa, it's made me think that they don't really have anything outside of their talents. If they didn't have that talent, then they wouldn't be really anything. Like, they don't have anything outside of that talent. And that makes me want to kind of do a video just talking about the characters and what I think about them. A lot of the events were fun. A lot of the events were good. And I don't really mind them. And it made me like the characters when it comes to these events. It made me like the characters a lot more, and made me like how they are, honestly. Because I didn't think I was gonna like Kaede a lot more than I was. But then, oh snap, she actually talking about other stuff that's not actually related to her talent some way. And I'm like, oh okay, that's actually means she has a little bit of depth to her. Okay girl, I see you now. See, this is why I said a long time ago why I had Kaede as my waifu. Now you understand. I'm also reminded of how annoying characters can be, like Tenko. Like, how the hell does someone enjoy Tenko? I don't understand how anybody can make her your waifu. I don't understand how anybody can like her company. All she does is screech, "Degenerate male!" And then that's it. That's literally her only thing. And she doesn't even have a clear reason why she hates men. I really don't want to get into Tenko right now, because I'm going to do a Danganronpa V3 rate the waifu when I get to that point. But just know I'm gonna have some very poor choices. I'm gonna say some very poor things about Tenko, so just keep that in mind when that day does come. And finally, I'm gonna talk about the Monokuma bears, the Monocubs, because they effing suck, and I don't understand why people like them. So when you play the game, you get certain events that comes up with them. Sometimes they give you free stuff, sometimes they'll give you some weapons, sometimes they'll give you some cards, sometimes they'll give you revived stuff, you know, good stuff sometimes. But there's times where they'll screw you over. Like, one, they'll take your blade that you have as your weapon and then decrease its stats. Why? I don't know. And then they also will rob you. Why? I don't know. But anyway, the surgery is where they screw you over. Mainly because if you take that surgery, your stats will just get debuffed, and it makes absolutely no sense. From what I figured out, it looks like you need success cards, but how was I supposed to know that? Really quick story real quick. I was about to take down a dungeon boss, and I did do so. And then right after that, I took the surgery, and all my stats got debuffed. If I took that surgery before I fought that boss, I would have been screwed, and I wouldn't be able to get to that next island. So screw those Monocubs, honestly. But when it comes down to it, this is more of a 6 out of 10 game, honestly. I don't think it's really that engaging, besides the meet up with the characters and events. But other than that, this game is not that engaging. Oh, and the little story plot points that you get to do, little extra plot events that you get to do with the Monocubs, but I'm not gonna say anything about that because that's kind of spoilers. But you know, besides all that, it's not really anything engaging too much to me. But if you want to have something quick to play in the background, I would definitely say that is the way to go. If you just want something quick, I just feel like they wanted something quick for Christmas, honestly, for Danganronpa fans to play. And good job, I guess. But really, I hope the next spin-off game is something a lot better than that, and something way more engaging than what this was. Yeah, that's everything for this video. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification everywhere else. Also follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and like to donate to the channel. Patreon and Ko-Fi is available as well. Until then, this is Boy J signing off. Have a blessed day.
Baby, say my name as if you got a fucking clue. Always caught up in the moment, not condoning what I do. I've been messing with my chemistry to find the better me. Putting thoughts up on the page in hopes that you could get to me. Been this way since legit, my brain couldn't quit. Running from my issues, roll the pain in a spliff, fade away every hit. Nobody needed me, too afraid to commit.